Yeah, look what the wind blew in. We've got Charlie Gasparino and Steve Leeb. You see those two. Booking Lizzie MacDonald right now that she's on Varney and all, like, let me just see what my schedule looks like. Yeah, I can do you today. So she's here. And last but not least, Charles.
Well, what is this
Brady.
called? What is this August group called?
This is the Bitter Boomers. Are you all bitter?
August.
Listen, it takes a lot for me not to be bitter.
Yeah, right. So, here's why I mentioned the rally and thought of you guys. And why Ralph Giordano are.
What's his name?
He's so below boomer, below millennial. I think he's just a kid.
He's 13 years old.
He's 13 years
toddler,
old.
I think.
He's a toddler. Yeah. Anyway, I had to remind him that a lot of young people are still not part of this rally. Once burnt or seeing their parents burn.
Mm. Well, they have no money either. They're poor. And, one of the things about the millennials is that besides, here's what happened. They voted for Obama, a lot of them. They got nothing in return. They got screwed.
Less than nothing.
Less than nothing. So they have no money. And now that Trump's in there and he's promising, like, some fiscal conservatism and some supply-side stuff, they are screwed, and I'm so happy.
Really? Okay. Well, there goes.
I want them
there
to
goes
go.
our demo, which is crucial
them
here.
down
They're the group that should absolutely buy it.
But what does that tell you? What does it tell you, Lizzie, when so many young people are saying no? Now, many of them, like, they're older people too, who just feel, well, I've missed the rally, right?
I'll tell you, I don't know, again, let's go back to what the universities are teaching them. They should have been in the market a while ago.
If a young person came up to you and said, Lizzie, I like what I'm seeing here. I want to invest right now. What would you tell them?
I'd say buy on the dip when the Fed raises rates. But what I love is how the media, which got the election wrong, which we have Obama blaming the last 8 years on George W. All of a sudden, it's the Obama boom, right? And, if that was true, then why didn't Hillary get elected? If things are so great.
That's pretty stupid.
Charlie Brady is our stock senator. I do want to go to Charlie because he's a blabbermouth and the guy won't stop talking. But what do you make of this? And the doubt that people have.
Yeah, the Trump administration has promised 4% GDP growth. Now, we haven't had a calendar year of 4% growth since 2000.
Is that right?
There's an entire generation of investors, and all the millennials don't know what 4% growth looks like. And when it finally comes...
Well, they know what a 4% mortgage looks like, and they don't like it.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So perspective is everything, and now they're not interested in housing.
We've had no growth for more than 10 years. Yeah. I mean, it's the lost decade.
I don't want to be a spoil sport, okay?
Oh, no, God forbid.
Heaven forbid. But a couple of things. One, whenever there's a change in administration, like whether it's Eisenhower or whether it's Carter to Reagan, Eisenhower to Kennedy, there's always a honeymoon rally, which typically lasts until
There wasn't for Barack Obama. That period between the election and his inauguration.
It actually went down.
It went down. 16%.
But then it went up dramatically.
That may have been the exception, and I'm not surprised. But anyway, I mean, the median is a big rally, a decent rally, until about a week after
inauguration.
So
what, are you saying the first week is
I'm not saying this, but I'm saying that, Trump is pleasantly surprised right now.
Before Paul
he wants to finish his point. Go ahead.
But I think that the last administration left us in terrible, terrible shape. And I don't think he realizes how bad the country is right now.
Right now. Obama is still in office, but
well,
you're saying that's the one you're talking about.
Obama's legacy is not. You cannot get rid of that
a lot
overnight.
Worse
if we get to 4%, it's not going to be the first year. Sorry.
No problem. I miss you, actually.
China, yes. That's one of the issues. Let me make this point.
Let me make this point before Paul Krugman writes a column about us being stupid about economic history. Barack Obama, the stock market went down when Obama came in there, mainly because he inherited the financial crisis, right? The banks were still imploding.
Absolutely.
The QE didn't hit yet.
Quantitative easing.
So he, so he inherited that. That's why the markets went down to 6,000 in March 2009, right? I believe it was.
Yes.
But it went up from there dramatically.
Hasn't stopped.
As not because of economic growth necessarily, because you made the point.
Because of the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Federal Reserve.
Just liquidity.
Sure, right.
Right.
Now, what about China? What's the deal with China?
Well, China, I mean, I was talking to Liz. No, look, I was talking, wait a second. I was talking to Lizzie, and this is all on the internet, okay? This is all from, people that do research for the Defense Department. If you want a modern military, you have to have access to the entire periodic table. That means rare earths and things like that. No, wait. You need chemicals. You need certain
LSD.
Certain commodities. We don't have
mushrooms.
them. We don't have them, and it's been known for at least 8 years.
They do.
And they do.
Right.
And
that's another worry. That's another worry.
We have, by the way, our millennials have ecstasy.
Wait a second. Yes, they do.
Yes, right.
So that's what we'll all need. That's what we'll all need. Now, this gives China a tremendous advantage. In fact, if we want these commodities, you know where we have to go? China.
I know.
We're dependent on them. Now,
you raised another doubt. I do think I love that theme, but I also love finishing. But
sorry,
I'm kidding. But Charlie, there are a lot of doubts you could throw at this. A lot of reasons. China, to Steve's point,
right.
You know, ran up too far, too fast. To another point, this
right.
bull market, as you point out, and your brilliant misses. It's been a long bull market. I mean,
right.
it's going to run out of breath. What do you think?
Well, it's been a bull market that's been propped up by Federal Reserve largesse, basically
Right.
money printing. Trump has promised to cut regulations and cut taxes.
Will that offset the effect of higher rates?
That should, yeah, once the economy is going, if the economy is growing faster than rates are going up, it's a net gain for the consumer and the investor.
Do you think so, Lizzie?
I agree with everything he said, and I agree with the China point being that if
God.
China revalues its
you didn't say it
currency,
right.
it could rock the market.
But you didn't